Shadows carve the streets where ghosts remain. Ruins buried deep, erased from every frame. Stone pillars swallowed by sand and time. Cities lost in cold, white clean at their prime. Laser grids unseen, hidden under ice. Secrets in the circuits, paid a hidden price. They wiped the timelines, erased our memory. Advanced designs buried in forbidden history. Monoliths of power leapt off the maps. Underground sparks ignite when I lift the raps. Where the truth decays, the code, the signs they bury in the haze. Underneath the veil, we claim our legacy. Wake up from the dream, break the matrix energy. Sip the brew to break the mind's camouflage. Ayahuasca visions flip the program at large. I see ancient temples on another plane. Pyramids align with lasers in my brain. Minds reconnect, dimensions intertwine. Plant codes unlock the doors inside the divine. Reality bends when the rhythm guides the soul. With fragments of the past seeking to be whole. Where the truth decays, the code, the signs they bury in the haze. Underneath the veil, we claim our legacy. Wake up from the dream, break the matrix energy. Mind expanding visions calling through the dark. Neon glyphs and laser marks. Lost civilizations singing in the stars. Plant medicine healing all our scars. Peel back the layers, see what's underneath. Question everything. Oi, Nomas.
Welcome to Nomas Podcast Live, where we will react to videos, talk about current trending events, and possibly one or two conspiracies. So let's sit back, relax, and let's chat.
Nomas.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Nomas Podcast Live. I had to do tonight's live at 8:30 because once again I was running late. Ate dinner with the family, so I had to make a little bit of time for that. And then last minute, I see the comment here, no glasses today. I see you. I didn't do glasses last week, and so that tells me you didn't watch the live. But yeah, no glasses today. I'm super self-conscious of not wearing glasses, bro. That's why I wear glasses most of the times, because like freaking ojeras and everything, bro. But yeah, I'm trying to get better at sleeping, but it's still some work in progress. But yeah, no glasses. But yeah, so I had to push back tonight's live a little bit, just because I had to get a couple notes ready for tonight's live and have something ready for tonight's live. But as always, go live every Sunday, 8 o'clock. Today was 8:30, so here and there, 8:30. And I'm super excited. I ended up fixing the studio. I'm almost there, having it 100% to my liking. There's always improvements that I like doing. I have all this mess here, as you can see. That's because I was messing with my studio today. But yeah, long story short, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We do podcast episodes every Wednesday. I'm not doing an episode this Wednesday, so this live only. I might be recording a podcast on next week, but as of right now, just the Sunday lives. With that being said, always, this is the hotline number in case you ever want to drop in a video, if you want to chat, if you ever want to call into the lives, this is the number to do so. As always, I have received a couple calls here and there in the past on the live studios, and that makes it so much better just to have some sort of interaction with you guys. But yeah, this is the hotline number. If you guys ever want to drop in a message, or if you guys want a special shout out, this is the line to go ahead and do so. And if I don't see any other comments, I'll go ahead and start with the stream right now. I do see Mr. Dondy Man saying that he's watching from work. So thank you, bro. Appreciate you dropping in from work. It's very much appreciated. And if you're watching this stream after it's been live and broadcasted, well, thank you also for taking the time to go ahead and watch this live. I like to keep some sort of structure with these lives, but ultimately I want to get to that point that I'm able to just turn on the camera and talk about different topics and take it from there, right? This first topic that I wanted to get into is actually a topic that it was requested from one of the viewers. Many times I've said it in the past. If you guys want me to talk about anything in specific, just drop a message either through Instagram, TikTok, or this hotline number, and I'll go ahead and do so. This topic that it was requested for me to talk about, it was about Valeria Márquez update. What I told the viewer about Valeria Márquez update, I'm like, to be honest, I haven't really seen any updates on Valeria Márquez. I think it's been discussed in the past that it's one of those cases that it just went super, super viral on social media. And it just so happens that everyone wanted answers for Valeria Márquez, right? And I told her, you know what? I haven't seen anything. The only thing that I've seen posted through social media is that Vivian de la Torre, which was the one that everybody says that Vivian de la Torre, that she's like the biggest... I guess the person that everybody's speculating that she had a lot to do with it, just because of the way that she was always like acting towards Vivian, towards Valeria, I'm sorry. And so everybody's thinking that Vivian de la Torre had something to do with it. And I told her the only thing that I've seen online is that she continues being active on social media, and it seems like she's going on with life like nothing ever happened. And she's like, oh, well, can you at least talk about that? I'm like, yes. However, I did come across a video that caught my attention, and the video that I saw, and this is up to your speculation. This is only what I'm reading online and what I'm seeing. And it's pretty much Vivian de la Torre's boyfriend sounds just like the person that delivered the last gift to Valeria. And you guys be the judge, right? But it sounds pretty similar, and that's what everybody online is speculating or saying, that at least it's very comparable.
¿Media colita? ¿O no?
Okay, first of all, she's covering the screen of her cell phone because she wasn't expecting her boyfriend or whoever this person is to come on screen. So right away she covered the screen. Obviously she doesn't want him to be exposed online.
¿Qué estás haciendo? Un live.
Ya llegó el esposo.
No vas a salir, quítate.
Ya llegó el esposo.
Ya, cállate.
Llegó la mera gata.
Vete.
Yes, so right here this caption is saying, ya llegó tu esposo, dice la nueva pareja de Vivian. So I guess they're boyfriend and girlfriend, but he's saying that the guy talking is the husband, but I think they're only boyfriend and girlfriend. And as of right now, I don't think there's actually any footage of him.
Ay, amor.
Ya.
¿Por qué te tapas? Porque ya llegó su esposo.
Porque no quiero que vean a mi novio. Hazte para allá. Salte. Que hoy sale el novio de Vivian de la Torre y lo tapan. Gosh.
Yeah, so she's already saying, oh yeah, everybody's going to come at me because the boyfriend was going to come on screen and she's blocking the screen. So yeah, she's already mocking what the internet is going to do. And obviously that's exactly what's happening.
Media colita.
So let me go to the comments real quick, what everybody's saying. That way you guys can see what I read on when I was watching this clip. So right here. ¿Por qué el buscador dice el repartidor Valeria Márquez? So I guess even TikTok's search engine, it says that was the delivery person. Sí es la voz del repartidor. So everybody, the top comments, everybody's pointing and saying that the voice is very, very similar. Even this one that has 148,000 likes is saying, para mí tiene la voz igual que el repartidor. This other one with 198,000 likes is also saying, sí habla igualito que el repartidor, the person that delivered. And let me go ahead and play. I know it's been quite a bit of time since this case happened, so I'll go ahead and pull up the clip where Valeria Márquez actually got delivered the gift, and so you guys can hear his voice, and then I'll play this video once again for comparison. So this is the video when the delivery person arrives for comparison.
Ya viene. No, sí. Hola. Sí.
So I know it's very, very short, but just play close attention.
Ya viene. No, sí. Hola. Sí.
Okay, that's all we have to work with, and then let's watch the other video that we just listened to here shortly.
¿Media coleta? ¿O no?
¿Cómo vas? ¿Te falta? ¿Qué estás haciendo?
Un like.
Ya llegó el esposo.
No vas a salir, quítate.
Ya.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys be the judge, right? But to my point of view, when I first heard it, and I was like, it does sound very, very similar. It's very hard to depict, but they have the little tone at the end when he says a specific sentence. You can kind of hear the resemblance, but everybody in the comment section at least is stating that might be the person that is now with Vivian de la Torre. So who knows how factual this is. Not even. So you don't think it's comparable? I think so. At least I found the similarity, but it's too hard to actually tell, right? Just by that little clip. But it's just weird that she's covering the camera and she doesn't want him to be out in the public. Maybe because if he comes out on screen, then people start doing research and all this and that, and then maybe actually find him to be involved with the case. But as of right now, that's all we have to work with. And also, like I was telling the viewer that requested this topic, it's this is the latest I've seen from this case. It's very unfortunate, and I've said this many times in the past, that even though this case went super viral, like everybody was posting about this case, and it still never got solved, right? Now imagine all the different cases of missing people in Mexico, and that they don't go viral, and we just never hear anything about it. And yeah, there's no justice happening over there. Very unfortunate. So Mr. Dondi Man is saying the accent is same but different voice. I guess that's right. The accent itself sounds very comparable, but aside from that, the voice might be a little bit different. Plus, maybe when this actually happened, maybe he was nervous and his voice changed a little bit. Who knows, right? But that's the only update I have for Valeria Márquez case. If you guys do have any other updates or any other videos, if you guys are watching this live or after the recording, please go ahead and send me a message after this is posted on Instagram and so on and so forth, and then we'll take it from there. Maybe we'll go ahead and do a follow-up video. Missing people in the US too. Yeah, for sure, bro. There's so many different cases that happen, and they never freaking, there's no resolution. And actually, speaking of that, right now, there's in this case actually happened here in the US. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this case, but I just saw it I want to say even, I think it was last night or this morning, I believe. I was half asleep. That's all I remember. But it was the case of Lupita. It was the case of Lupita Marquez. Not Lupita Marquez, sorry. It was the case of Lupita Ontiveros. So this case, it's been super, super recent. And let me give you guys a little brief and background of this case of what's actually going on. So Lupita, it's a 21-year-old Lupita Ontiveros is missing after a dune buggy crashed into Merced County, California. Canal, let me say that again. 21-year-old Lupita Ontiveros is missing after a dune buggy crashed into a Merced County, California canal on January 28th, 2026. The mother of an 18-month-old was riding in the vehicle. So she had this 18-month-old baby. Such a freaking tragedy. And it's so freaking heartbreaking to hear about that now this baby girl is going to be growing up without a mother. She was riding in the vehicle when it went into the water. The driver was arrested, and the search involves the dive teams facing strong currents. Key details here is so the missing person, Lupita, she was 21 years old, of Stockton. Incident date, this happened on January 28th. So very, very recent. And the circumstances, as we stated, it's a dune buggy that crashed into a canal, and she still hasn't been located. I did a little bit of digging right before I started the live stream, and they still haven't found her. I think there was, they found a little bit or some clothing, a jacket, I believe. And yeah, we'll get into that right now. But as for right now, let me go ahead and play this video on who Lupita Ontiveros was and a little bit of her case.
Tonight, a search is underway right now for a missing 21-year-old mom from Stockton. The Highway Patrol says she was last seen early Wednesday morning when the dune buggy she was riding in with friends crashed into a canal in Merced County. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras spent the day near Gustine, where family and volunteers have been searching.
The dozens of people you see behind me make up most of that search, at least for right now. It's mostly community members. Family of the missing mama has been driving out here from Stockton an hour every single day. And they say that seeing this is both overwhelming in a good way, but also frustrating. They say they want help from law enforcement, who they say they've only seen out here a couple of times. For 5 days, they have searched, they have prayed, and still for the family of Lupita Ontiveros every single day.
It's hard. It's really hard.
To leave the place where the 21-year-old mom from Stockton was last seen without knowing where she is.
When will this pain stop?
A question Lupita's cousin Evelyn longs to answer, but she does know when it started.
Wednesday early morning, around 1 a.m.
That's when the CHP says a dune buggy with Ontiveros and 3 other people inside crashed into the Delta Mendoza Canal.
So I think, let me go ahead and double check that. I think that she said that the case happened around, or the incident happened around 1 a.m.
Dune buggy with Ontiveros and 3 other people inside crashed into the Delta Mendoza Canal near State Route 140. According to the CHP.
Early morning, around 1 a.m.
That's when the CHP
so right there
longs to answer, but she does know when it started.
Wednesday early morning, around 1 a.m.
That's when the CHP says a dune buggy with Ontiveros and 3 other people inside crashed into the Delta Mendoza Canal near State Route 140. According to the CHP, the dune buggy's driver and 2 passengers were able to make it out, but Lupita has not been found.
We did go and we did find where the tracks are of where the dune buggy fell into the water.
CHP also says the driver left the scene but was later arrested. Lupita's mom pleading for justice, saying she won't stop until she finds her daughter. Because she says her daughter must rest either in her home or in heaven. Family says Lupita has an 18-month-old daughter who needs her. Friends, family, and volunteers showing up to help.
We lived in the same household ever since we grew up. She was a great person, you know. Yeah, she liked to party, she liked to go out, but whenever it came to family, you know, she was always there. She always wanted to be with us, wanted to be around us, have family trips. Her contagious It's hard to not know where she is and not know that maybe it's the last time we heard her or seen her.
The Merced County Sheriff's Office says it is using dive teams and patrols here on the canal, but that the canal's murkiness and the fast current are posing challenges. For now, Lupita's family is watching over her daughter as they continue to search here, pray, and hold out hope, at least for answers. In Merced County, Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.
Truly heartbreaking story. CHP is leading that investigation. We reached out to them today for an update. We have not yet heard back.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I haven't really seen any other updates. I'll go ahead and play and show the other people that were not involved, but they were also there with Lupita. But I was seeing a lot of it in the comments, and the time was actually key as well. Not sure how factual all of this is, right? But a lot of the people were stating that I think she was already home or something, and she ended up leaving like late at night. Probably one of those calls that like, hey, we're going over here, and it's a last minute thing, and she ended up going. And if that's the case, I've heard this multiple times in the past that, and I've seen this multiple times, right? That they say that if you're already home, like late at night, and you get a call from somebody to go out with you, to not go, right? Because usually it's like death calling you. And I've heard it from many different cases that, oh, they were already home. They were like just getting ready for bed, and they ended up going out to a party, or somebody called them or whatnot, and something terrible ended up happening. And they say that it's been a recurring thing that happens, that if you do at one point get those type of invitations from a friend, family, or anybody, to not go, because usually it's not a good outcome. At least that's a theory I've heard multiple times, which I'm not 100% sure this was the case, but the time that she mentioned in the news clip that I just played, she did mention it happened like around 1 a.m. And from what I saw on TikToks, it was that she was home and then she ended up leaving like late, and this incident happened. Now, let me see if I can find some videos on the people that they were not involved, but that they were there with Lupita, and a lot of people are saying that it must have been like some sort of like a setup. And let me see if I can find some of the friends. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Lupita Ontiveros friends. See if anything comes up. So apparently these were the friends that were there with her. Be careful who you call your friends. These girls did nothing to help Lupita. Okay, so that was another thing too. So what I saw is that I think the story is that they ended up falling into the canal, and then the friends that were there with her, and nobody else like went after Lupita to help her out or called 911 right away. I think they ended up calling or notifying either the police or the family 15 hours later. So it's very sketchy that why would they wait 15 hours to go ahead and notify either the family or the cops. That's why a lot of people on social media, they're speculating that either these friends were just so oblivious that they just didn't know what to do. But a lot of people's theories is that it was like set up by her friends. Allegedly, we don't know yet, but a lot of people are posting this like, be careful. And that's something that me as a father, I'm always going to be not speculating, but I'm always going to be giving this advice to my daughter, that I know all of us at one point, we think that our friends, that our friends are everything. At one point when you're a teenager, I know you kind of like don't want to listen to your parents or any other adults because your friends are everything to you, right? But I just want to really ingrain that into my daughter, or any of you guys should do so the same, right? That your friends are not everything. Like, your friends at one point are only specific page of specific chapters of your life, and at one point you're probably not even going to continue talking to them after high school or whatnot. It's very, very few cases that this actually happens. And to this case, right, who knows why would these girls wait 15 hours like after to go ahead and ask or notify the police or the family. Let me see if I can read some of the comments, see what they're stating out there in the comment section. Maybe we can get some additional input. So,
Oh my goodness, they found Lupita.
oops,
Now,
sorry.
did you
Estas son las amigas que abandonaron al...
Okay, so now that's a different one. Sorry. Let me go ahead and exit back. Right here. So what happened to Lupita? So right here, they're saying her face says it all. Yeah, but I mean, that can easily be said just by like a picture, right? You can't easily blame somebody just by a picture. My dad always told me there's no such thing as a friend, mijo. Yeah, you see, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. I have always said there's only drinking friends, but no real friends. Exactly. I have no friends and I'm okay with that. Very sad, but it's true. I have like now I can count like 5 friends with my hand that I still talk to. And I think 5 is a lot now. It sucks, right? But it's the true reality. And it seems like people in the comment section feel the same way. So I ain't stupid to jump into a canal for no one, only for my daughter. Canals are hard to get out of. That's why people die in them. That's true though. So maybe that's why they didn't go after and try to save her. But at the same time, if something like this happened, you want to go ahead and call right away. That's a fishy. That's the only fishy statement from there, right? Yeah, exactly. You see, the creator of this post said, but are you stupid enough not to call 911 15 hours later? So yeah, so apparently it was 911 that they notified 15 hours later. She was the prettiest one. They were jealous of her. So yeah, that's the other thing, that they were supposedly set up and because of jealousy. So similar case, not saying that this is the actual outcome, but people are kind of want to relate it to the same case of Valeria Márquez, that Vivian de la Torre was like always trying to be Valeria Márquez, and because of jealousy, they ended up unaliving her. But yeah, who knows what the end result is going to be for this case. They say that I think if you don't find the person within like a specific amount of hours, I believe is like 24 hours or 48 hours, then more than likely they've already passed. The latest update I did see though is it was from Lupita's dad. I think he came out and that's when he said they ended up finding her jacket. So let's go ahead and play that.
Nada más para informarles que gracias a una llamada anónima.
Okay, so it was an anonymous call.
Anoche, yo le quiero agradecer con todo el corazón a esa persona, que aunque sea anónima, no la conozco, no sé quién es, pero yo de todo corazón y mi familia les agradecemos que nos hayan informado más.
Yeah, so they don't know exactly who it was, but he's very thankful that somebody ended up calling them to give them some additional input of this case.
Más acerca del accidente, porque sí fue un accidente, parece que sí fue un accidente. Y al parecer...
Also, he's saying that apparently all of this was an actual accident. So it was in a setup. This is coming from the dad. So apparently it wasn't a setup, and it's coming out to be that it's more likely that it was an accident.
La sudadera, la chamarra que encontramos, gracias a Dios, me asegura que esa chamarra la tiró mi sobrina ahí.
So they found the jacket, and he's saying, the dad is of Lupita saying that it was his niece that ended up throwing the jacket there to the location where it was found.
Ese fue el último lugar donde estuvieron tomando.
So that was the last time where they were drinking at.
Intercambió esa sudadera con una amiga, un amigo, no sé. El chiste es de que cuando le dieron la sudadera, ella se quitó su chamarra y se puso la sudadera porque tiene lógica, porque ya se iban a casa. Ella les dijo, vamos.
So he's saying that they were going to end up leaving. So for the dad is saying that it kind of makes sense because they exchanged sweaters because they were almost getting ready to go home.
A casa porque yo tengo que regresar. Yo tengo que estar antes de,
that she was telling everybody that
eso
she had to be home by a specific amount of time.
Ella trató de regresar, Ellos también dijeron vámonos, se puso la sudadera y se fueron. Lamentablemente el primer racer que iba adelante hizo algunas donas.
Okay, so as when they were leaving, I think there was 2 racers involved, and the one that was in front of Lupita's, the racer and her people that she was with, the racer in front and the group of people there started doing donuts.
Así le llamamos cuando dan muchas vueltas al racer, y lamentablemente levantó mucho polvo. El polvo hizo la visibilidad nula para el siguiente racer. No me explico exactamente cómo, simplemente que me dice que con tanto polvo que se levantó y tal vez la oscuridad, perdió la visibilidad.
Okay, so because of them doing donuts, there was a lot of like dirt being lifted, and yeah, maybe they lost the sight, and it was just super dark, being that it was like around 1 a.m.
Completamente, y se desorientó el muchacho y cayeron al agua. Lo que me dicen que simplemente una de las pasajeras sintió el acelerón del canal y en un momento a otro ya estaban en el agua.
Yeah, here, let me go back. I kind of missed the last part that he said something.
Sintió el acelerón del canal y en un momento a otro ya estaban en el agua.
Oh, okay, that because they like peeled off, they went like super fast. I think they ended up being in the canal, and it just happened so fast.
Entonces, gracias a llamada anónima, me dicen no se desenfoquen ustedes en andar buscando en los terrenos. Busquen en el agua, ella está en el agua.
Okay, so they're saying this person that called them, she's assuring them that she's in the water. She's in the canal.
Mucha gente va a preguntar, pero ¿cómo está seguro que pasó eso? Porque esta persona sabe información de mi sobrina que solamente nosotros conocemos. Ella tiene información de un tatuaje de mi sobrina que nadie podía ver más que la hubieran visto.
So she's saying that the niece has like no specific tattoo of Lupita that gives him like pretty much a confidence that they are indeed telling the truth.
Sin la parte de atrás puesta. Y bueno, yo creo, y nosotros creemos en su versión. Desde el primer día que llegamos, cuando preguntamos a las muchachas, a las amigas, que dónde había sido el accidente, me dijeron que no se acordaban, que realmente no supieron. Pero gracias a llamada anónima y a los datos que nos pudo otorgar, que nos pudo proporcionar, esta mañana llegamos al lugar donde nos dijo y todo coincide.
Okay, so they're saying that, well, thanks everything that this caller like told us, everything that they've been telling us, the location of where the jacket was, everything that they've been telling us, it seems like it's very factual. So they're relying on that call, and they're going to continue searching for her. And as he stated, they're confirming to him at least that she is in fact in the water,
Coincide el lugar.
Which is very unfortunate.
El ancho del lugar sí da con lo de hacer donas, y también ahí encontramos que ahí están las huellas de donde cayó el racer. Ahí está el raspón en el concreto, y allí están las marcas, yo creo que de la policía, donde marcó el lugar donde cayó.
Okay, so yeah, they even found the spot where the racer, the cannon, went into the actual canal, and apparently that's where the cops have already like roped off and closed up the section as pretty much to do their investigation of the case.
Racer. Mi sobrina está en el agua. Primeramente Dios, ya sea como sea, pero que la encontremos. Nada más para informarles.
Oh man, yeah, this is so heartbreaking, and yeah, it just at this point, yeah, she's already passed, right? According to all the different posts and everybody's saying, yeah, she's already passed, and I think at this point, all they want to do is just find her and just give her like a funeral, and just to like be at peace that they found the body. Which, yeah, it's very unfortunate. It's heartbreaking, especially for the baby girl. Like, oh man, it's one of those things, man, like knock on wood, right? But it's just one of those things that you never think it's going to happen to you, and you can never be too careful. I know we only have this life and experience this life as this person, as this human being that we're playing in this experience we call life, right? But you can never be too careful, and once again, knock on wood, right? But everything can change within like a couple seconds, a couple minutes. And especially if you have kids, man, you have to freaking be extra cautious, because ultimately it's, I think, the biggest I guess one of the biggest victims in all of these cases that happen is like it's kids, right? Sucks. Yeah, so I think that's the latest updates. I think I did see the video of the mom like actually looking for her or giving a statement, and it was just devastating to hear the mom. It was just completely heartbroken. Let me see if I can find that.
Autoridades están escuchando estos mensajes como padres, como madres que son, si los escuchan, lleguen a sus corazones y vengan a ayudarnos para encontrar a mi hija, me la ayuden y a encontrarla y vuelva. ¿Dónde está mi hija? ¡Quiero a mi hija! Todas las personas que son padres saben el dolor que siento en estos momentos y el coraje, la desesperación. Por favor, ayúdenos. Alguien que tenga el poder o más poder que ellos, que venga y me solucione mi problema.
Yeah. So devastating, man. Lupita Ontiveros, rest in peace. Hopefully they find the body and give a good funeral and last goodbye to her. Parents completely devastated. But yeah, very unfortunate. I just ran into that case, like I said, last night or this morning, one of the two. But yeah, not sure if you guys had heard of this case, but it's going like super viral. Everybody's looking after her, and there's a lot of different search groups going on. Mr. I Am Hamster, what's going on, brother? Good seeing you. I'm back at doing lives once again, and hopefully I'm able to be doing lives more consistently now. I actually like doing lives more than I like doing podcasts as well, right? But I really enjoy doing live streams and interacting with everyone here on the live. Was any alcohol or drugs involved? Not too yeah, I'm pretty sure. Obviously it has to do with that. I'm pretty sure they're at that age, when you go out, you for sure drink, right? So I'm sure that was involved. I mean, they could have been intoxicated in an accident. Let me see. Sorry, I lost your comment. Sorry, I lost the comment again. I mean, they could have been intoxicated in an accident happened and they didn't want to be charged with involuntary manslaughter, and they panic, and that's why they didn't call right away. It can be, and I'm sure, but I think at the same time, like if that's a case, you don't want to look guilty, right? So you just want to call and give your side of the story. Hey, this happened, and because either way, things are going to happen, especially with social media, right? People are going to find out one way or another. So many different cameras, so I think it looks more bad by you not calling. I know, and it's easier said than done, because when you're there and living that experience, so many thoughts are going on in your head. But yeah, I do agree. But yeah, it's very crazy that all of this happened, and it continues happening. And going back to the whole Valeria Márquez case, and so many different cases like this happen all the time. But only if your case goes viral, that's when people care, right? Other than that, it's just like nobody really posts about it, and nobody really cares, and people go on with their life. Even with these super viral cases, yeah, people post, but not a lot of people truly care, so it sucks that it's something you have to go viral in order for people to care. Same thing goes for content creating, right? Unless you have a large amount of numbers, unless you're actually doing something big. Other than that, nobody really cares. And that's why I've said this in the past, right? That I value every single person that takes the time to watch any of my clips, TikToks, Instagram posts, etc., or this live streams. More than anything, live streams and podcasts, if you're taking the time fully to watch any of my content, long form content, I value you so much. Why? Because you guys are taking something so precious, which is time, to watch and listen and to have a conversation with me, especially in these lives, and that's very valuable to me. So thank you for that. So going on a completely, shifting gears, like they say, this weekend, I was super excited about the boxing events that happened over the weekend, and that was Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. I was super hyped about this fight, and man, I don't know why my light keeps on shifting. I need to fix my settings on the camera, but now everything looks a little bit orangey. So I'll fix that, but sorry about that. But yeah, I was super hyped about this weekend's boxing event because it was a huge fight between two like freaking prospects at their prime. Teofimo Lopez being the champ, Shakur Stevenson given that opportunity to step up and box a well-established boxer like Teofimo Lopez. I personally was going for Teofimo Lopez, but after watching the boxing event, you guys have probably already know that Shakur Stevenson outclassed Teofimo Lopez, and it was mostly done through just the jab. Quick, simple jab. I say simple because it was just one of the basic tools in boxing, right? That you're just like jabbing, but obviously Shakur Stevenson, he has a high IQ that he was able to stop Teofimo Lopez's offense just with the simple jab, right? And even to the point that Teofimo Lopez was bleeding from just getting hit repeatedly on the same eye over and over. And a lot of people, I was even talking to my cousin, and he's saying, "Hey bro, what do you think about the fight?" And my response was exactly that, right? That Teofimo Lopez was outclassed, and and his response was like, "Man, he has the same fighting style as Floyd Mayweather," which it's pretty accurate, right? It was pretty accurate in the sense that his mentality is that hit and don't get hit, which if I were to be a boxer, of course, I would want to have that same strategy, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to be practicing and doing your career and having a long career, if so, you don't want to be getting hit all over and end up like with CTE and then being like damaged, and just so many different cases that happen with boxers within time that they end up being handicapped. They can no longer talk properly, so on and so forth, right? But if I were to be a boxer, I would want to have that same strategy. I'm not trying to get hit, and that was exactly the case with with Shakur Stevenson. When you saw him at the end of the fight, he looked completely clean, like nothing happened. It was just a sparring session between them. For Stevenson, in comparison to Teofimo Lopez, which he was all bloodied up, right? And to my cousin's point, he was just like, yeah, this is a little bit boring because, yeah, many people do want to see like the back and forth and exciting fights, but it was a true masterpiece from Shakur Stevenson that it was just like with a simple jab, he stopped Teofimo. And now it's going to be very, very hard to get somebody like Shakur Stevenson to get him out of like that championship level, unless you're somebody there that is completely like moving forward. And even Shakur Stevenson was right there in the middle of the ring going back and forth. He was never really fighting like him going backwards. He was always like standing his ground, and even like that, Teofimo Lopez wasn't even really able to do much with that. So yeah, it wasn't the most exciting fight, but it was, like I said, it was a true masterpiece from Shakur Stevenson. So I'm excited now, the up and coming fight that I'm looking forward to, because I think eventually this is going to come out sooner than later, right? That Ryan Garcia is going to be fighting for the belt. And if Ryan Garcia ends up winning, then I'm sure at one point there's going to be that Ryan Garcia against Shakur Stevenson, and that's going to create even more hype. And I'm excited. And now that more and more people with like that have very high careers are now like having this or wanting to risk fighting between one another, it should create more high level fights and have a lot more numbers to watch. But a lot of these times when they do have a lot of following in these bigger fights, a lot of times the fights do end up being quote unquote boring because they want to be a little bit more careful in comparison to when they're an up and coming person. They're willing to risk it all because they just want to, you know, they want to freaking like leave a mark and create a name for themselves. But I think I saw a comment right here and yeah, that's actually what I was going to be talking about right here. And the comment is this, right? Did you see that dude's wig fall off? Yeah. When I saw it, I was like since I was playing the video while I was doing other things, so I was streaming it. I end up hearing the commentators, right, that they're saying, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, well, what the heck is going on, right? And then somebody said about like, oh, his hair is falling off. I'm like, what the heck? His hair is falling off. And yeah, it actually had to do with Big Baby Miller. His wig ended up falling off mid-fight, right? So here, let me play a little bit of the clip so you guys can take a look at it. I'm sure if like you guys commented right now, I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but it's freaking wild. Right there. Check it out. At mid-fight, his toupee is falling off. Right? I've never seen this before. Completely fell off. The commentator said something around the lines of like, it's almost like a cartoon. Yeah. And I guess he ended up taking it off completely and he threw it out to the crowd. I think at that point, that's probably the best thing you can do, right? Just like roll with it, play with it, and just own it. Because if you're like embarrassed, then there's really you're in mid-fight of a boxing match, and if you're like trying to put it back on, there's no way that you're gonna end up winning the fight, which he ended up winning the fight. But at that point, that was the best thing he could have done, just to own it and have fun and laugh at himself, which he ended up doing. And he took it off, threw it to the crowd, and continued fighting without a wig. And all you could see was his, like the edge of where his toupee was at. And yeah, but then actually watching him after, and you guys are going to see right now, he actually looked good bald. And I think somebody even mentioned like, bro, you should have just shaved your head and you look clean like that. It looks nice. But I get it. I get it. Like if you know, if you're dealing with hair loss and maybe he's not used to being seen with him having hair loss, then yeah, maybe he just wants to show his best version of himself. Hence why he was wearing a toupee. But with that being said, I did watch all these videos with TikTok, and once again, the TikTok algorithm is insane. Just a couple of videos after, I ended up seeing the video of the actual barber that did his toupee, and the internet went freaking crazy, and the comment sections were all calling out the barber. Check it out. So right here, this is the video when the barber actually like finished his haircut. Everything looks nice and crispy. Check it out.
Yeah, big baby. Let's go, baby. Got that Tyson look.
That Tyson look.
Knock niggas out, baby. Oh yeah.
Ooh, he's feeling himself right there. Check it out. I can't play this song. If not, I'm gonna get copyrighted. But check it out. They did a nice little edit of him boxing and looking clean. They said the Mike Tyson look. And yeah, but yeah, this is crazy. Like I said, this was the TikTok algorithm that led me to here. And check out all the comment section. Apparently everybody was saying the same thing, that, oh shit, like the algorithm brought me here. Check out the comments. Let's see if I can. Oh, right here. So the algorithm is so messy. Exactly. So you're responsible. So you see, everybody's freaking going after the barber. I feel like a time traveler. Exactly. Because everybody was like, I would have never known about this barber unless this incident happened. Now, at the same time, it can be a blessing or a curse for this barber, right? Because of this incident that happened on a live boxing event, he went super viral. I think the last time I watched this video, it had over 1.5 million views on this clip and so many different like comments and likes and shares. I'm here from the future. Yeah, you see, stingy with the glue. That's wild. So you did this to him. Yeah, you see, that's exactly what I was talking about. He was left with the very edge of his toupee. So seeing this after the fight is even funnier. So yeah, crazy. This is the part that the commentator was saying that it almost looked like a cartoon. Oh man. But like I said, he ended up, Big Baby Miller ended up owning this. He just kind of played with it and just, did his thing. Like I said, that was probably the best thing he could have done for this instance. Let me see how many views he actually has, this Barber has, on TikTok now that we're playing this. So let me see. Oh shoot, yeah, I think it's 1.5 million views. And like, of course, if you go viral, all your other clips are gonna go like super viral. Well, not super, right? But this one has 18,000 views, and everything goes like, starts watching your stuff after you have a virality post. So who knows? Like I said, who knows if this is actually gonna be a gift or a curse that this happened, but. I mean, yet again, you're going into a boxing event. It's probably one of the more than likely cases that maybe something like this can happen, especially you're sweating and then somebody's continuously hitting you in the head. So you can't really just blame the barber, right? And then another thing too is, the crazy part too that I watched, it was the post-fight interview of Big Baby Miller. This is the part that I'm like, I completely think he made this up, and I personally didn't like the excuse he gave, and he was blaming that it was a shampoo that his mom had at the house, and then right away he lost his hair within like a couple of days before his boxing event. Check it out. Sorry.
So it's so funny, right? I get to my mama's house and she had some shampoo bottles under her table.
So he's saying that she had some shampoo bottles under the table. For some reason, he's at his mom's house, and I guess he's taking a shower there.
And I shampooed it. The shit was like ammonium bleach.
So he's saying, yeah, for some reason, it was like bleach. And
lost my hair like 2 days ago.
So that he lost his hair 2 days ago, which I think it's cap. But I get it. Maybe at that time he's probably never posted that he's actually balding, right? So I kind of get it. Maybe he had to come up with an excuse right away, and this was the best excuse that he could come up with at that time being. And yeah.
So I called my man. So give me one of the main. Let me slap that shit on real quick. Ibiza knocked that shit off. Yeah. But like I said before, man, it's funny, man. I'm a comedian. You gotta make fun of yourself.
Yeah. So he's saying that he just he had to go and laugh at himself and so on and so forth. But a lot of people didn't believe that excuse either. But yeah, they're already making AI videos, and I think he's owning it too, because I believe he posted this on his TikTok. Check it out. Yeah, he's already posting this. This is a AI clip. Yeah, AI is wild, but he's owning it, and he's freaking running with it, and he's enjoying this moment. I mean, other than that, I wouldn't even be talking about it or anybody on social media. So I guess good for him, and hopefully he's just able to just own it and shave his head and just be okay with that, because he didn't look bad. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm massive laughing, and then Mr. Dondi, man, at least he won. Yeah, I agree. At least he won, and I mean, it would have been worse if he lost, right? And then that happening to him. So yeah, I agree. Glad he won, and he was able to take that win. Let me see what else I have here. I don't think I have. Let me see. I think I had other videos that I wanted to share, but I didn't take any notes out of. Yeah. So I don't have any notes, but this clip right here, I don't even know the comedian's name, but apparently this comedian was, doing his whole comedy skit or whatnot. He was doing some stand-up comedy. And then the first thing I saw is that somebody threw some sort of like hot sauce or something on the stage, and it got him completely all over his clothes. Check this out. So everybody's like, what the heck? And when I first watched it, I'm like, what's going on, right? Why would this person even freaking like throw hot sauce or whatever this case up on stage?
I'm just trying to go viral, and that might do it. You know, that might fucking do it. I'm over here doing dancing videos and shit. And all I had to do was have salsa get thrown out my fuck eye shirt.
So it might have been, what I'm taking away from this clip is that maybe this person got mad that he was wearing a fuck ice shirt, and maybe that's why it happened. At least I think that's what's going on here. Let's go ahead and play it again. Oh man, got all over the freaking stage and him.
What a bitch. I'm just trying to go viral, and that might do it. You know, that might fucking do it. I'm over here doing dancing videos and shit. And all I had to do was have salsa get thrown out my fuck eye shirt.
Yeah, so some of the comments is saying, you did a good job standing your ground, bro. This homie took advantage of the moment in a positive way. Yeah, big time. He took it in a very positive way just by owning it and just now posting this online and now going viral over it. And we'll go check out how many views he has on this. So everybody's giving him props. This homie took advantage. Oh yeah, you deserve to get viral, brother. Keep up the spirit. Oh man, congratulations on your emotional intelligence. I didn't know you, but now I do. I'm glad you do. I'm glad I do. Great work. So you see, this even helped him out, and it was a very unfortunate case, right? That this person threw freaking hot sauce, which is so fucking rude, right? So freaking rude. But at least there was a positive outcome out of this case. So let's go ahead and go to his page to see who he is. So now, who knows how many followers he had, but now he's up to 43,000. And see if this one, so it has 717,000 likes, but not sure how many views. Let me see if it says.
What a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know how many views it has. Let me see. Oh shoot, it has over 20.5 million views. So good for him. I mean, man, it helped him out. 20.5 million views. It went super viral. That's insane. So yeah, it freaking helped him out of something bad and something so freaking rude. He took advantage and owned it, and now hopefully some good things come out of it. But let me see what else I have for this, and then we'll continue on. And probably be ending the live here like within 3 minutes or so. And yeah, unless you guys have any diebacks or whatnot, go ahead and drop any of the comments. And other than that, we'll end the live here shortly. Let me see if I have anything else here posted.
It's alleged that
let me see. Let me see. I think that's probably gonna be it for me right now. I can't really think of anything else that I wanted to talk about. No, I think that's gonna do it. Once again, if you guys do want to drop any videos in the meantime while I go live during the week or next week, go ahead and drop any links here to this number, and then we'll take it from there. Other than that, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you for taking the time to join in and be part of this live, be part of this community. And once again, my name is Angel Houseman. Till next time.